This is a fridge or a freezer that's designed to fit perfectly in the sub-trunk of your Tesla Model 3 or Tesla Model Y. We just used it on the giant road trip we went on from Vegas to Chicago and all the way back. So we're gonna tell you some things that we like about it, as well as some things that we don't like about it. And Sherry Industrial was nice enough to give us a discount code for all of you to use if you like this fridge, so stick around to the end for that. So first I wanna talk about the fit. You got about an inch here, side to side, but as you get deeper, the sub-trunk gets narrower. And it's pretty snug. It's not gonna move anywhere, but the reason that it's not entirely snug is because the actual vent in here needs some room to breathe. So you do want some space in between the actual cooler and the wall, just so it doesn't overheat. And this fits perfectly considering that. So side to side, it fits very well. When you close the sub-trunk, if you feel or look from the side, there's a tiny gap where I could slide my finger in, and that's also for ventilation purposes. What's really cool is that it comes with these pads here. So I put 2 here and 1 here. I think it recommended like 1, 2, 3. The reason we did this is so when we camp, it's not just an elevated surface right here. You can see I pushed our cover back so you can kind of see it's still pretty flat here, and then it comes up a little bit. If you're someone who doesn't camp in your car, that might not be a big deal, but for us, we didn't want a little bit of elevated surface like this here. It probably wouldn't be noticeable because these are like 1/4 of an inch thick, but just for our sake, I figured I'd put 2 here and 1 here just to give it some more room and make us more comfortable while we're sleeping. But you can do it either way, but you do want some space between this part and the sub-trunk for ventilation. So we love how well it fits. Something else we love is how easy it is to use. You literally plug it in and it's on. It's a 12 volt back here, we'll show you guys. You push that in, it'll beep to tell you that it's on, and that's it. The buttons here are super simple, on and off, settings, and then plus minus for the temperature, and that's it. It is super simple once you put it in. It also has an app that, again, is very easy to use. All you can really do there is control the temperature, but that's all you really need to do. There's no settings, there's no create an account, there's no login. Super simple, super easy, and we appreciate all of that. We also love how easy it is to control and change the temperatures. Like I said, you can do it from the app, super simple. And the actual cooler here has these buttons. Just hit setting, and you can go up or down from there, and it beeps to let you know that it's working. And that's it, super, super simple. The size of the cooler is perfect. So it fits the entire sub-trunk, but in here is 35 liters of space, meaning that you can fit up to 48 11-ounce cans of soda within this space. So we put a lot of drinks in here on our road trip, but we had a bunch more room for snacks and extra stuff, so it was really great. So if you're someone who likes to drink a lot, you got a lot of room for that. The cooler is also very well insulated. We spent one night without the car on, so it wasn't running, and in the next morning, all of our drinks, all of our snacks were still really cold. I can't tell you how thick this is, but I can tell you for sure that overnight, even when it's off, you'll wake up the next morning and your stuff will still be cold. So we appreciate that a ton. And also the battery usage is very, very minimal. People will ask how much battery it uses, will it affect your range? And the answer is no. I don't know the exact numbers, but I know for about every 24 hours of use, it uses maybe half a kilowatt hour. So as far as like road trips go, it won't affect your miles or your range. Like I said, it just plugs in right here to the 12 volts. So there's not much coming out of here. It doesn't take much to power this bad boy and keep it cool for as long as you need. So we love it. It does all the important things just right, but there are some things that we don't like. It might be a little picky here, but first of all, let me take it out to tell you guys about the weight. It weighs about 35 pounds and it's a little off-centered too. So a lot of weight is on the right side here where the motor and the stuff is. And 35 pounds, it's not super heavy, but it's not like it's light either. Also, because it fits in the sub-trunk, it allows us to use all this extra space that the Model Y provides for all of our extra luggage, storage, whatever we need. And this just might be the physical therapist in me thinking ergonomically, I think it's the right word, but the handles here, so like I said, when you pick it up, all the weight is in my right hand here. I think to center that more, they could have put the handle like right here and this one over here somewhere, just so when you pick it up, it's easier to carry instead of kind of having all your weight on this side here. But again, that's just me being picky. But I also understand that would look weird with handles here and here, so design-wise, aesthetically, I understand this. We also want to mention the versatility of the cooler. So as far as being a cooler for the sub-trunk of a Tesla, it's just about perfect. If you want to take it out and use it for anything else, any other events, things like that, it's not going to work too well. It won't be like something like this where you can just have the handle, pull it up, and roll it around. It doesn't have any of that. I wish it did. That would be a cool like third-party aftermarket thing you could add to it, but it doesn't have any of that. So if you buy this, it's just going to be for your Tesla, which is great, but don't expect it to take it to any like baseball games or stuff like that. And lastly, the cooler, the freezer itself is either one or the other. So what I mean by that, if you see inside here, there's no sort of divider, and the temperature that you set is for the entire cooler. So there's not like part freezer, part fridge, or vice versa. It's all the same temperature all the time. So in conclusion, for something like getting groceries at a grocery store, very nice to have. For something like camping or very long road trips, it's almost an essential. It's super easy to set up and use, it cools very quickly, and we can't imagine going on another road trip without something like this. But it is designed for Teslas, and it's perfect for Teslas, but don't expect to be able to use it like you would this cooler. So if you love road tripping or camping in your Tesla, or just want to keep your groceries cool and want to get this cooler, this freezer, check the link in our description and use code VEGASTESLA at checkout off Amazon for an extra 10% off your purchase. Shout out Sherry Industrial for making such a great product. We love it. Can't imagine our life without it now. And as always, thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.